As far as I've seen, there's not much representation for transmasculine people in film. As people, I think we desire to see ourselves in the things we make. From ancient pottery and cave paint to modern cinema and art collections, our art is timelessly human. But even after exploring the vast sea of intersectional films in my WGSS film course, it still feels like there's a chunk missing there. So I'll try to fill that gap with my and a few other human and transmasc people's experiences. Being human. Humans are insatiable. As a human, this is frustrating, but from an anthropological perspective, it's really remarkable. It's the main catalyst necessary for discovery and invention, even revolution. Refusing to stay stagnant is natural. I just got this in the mail and I figured I'd document this very important part of American history. Due to the pandemic, we were all issued letters from the current president, and mine has my proper legal name on it. So that's pretty cool. And it's from Mr. Joe Biden himself, informing us that he's gonna be sending us money. Being trans. Imagine you woke up in a different body. You might not mind too much, even if other people do. You might not mind for a day, or 15 years, or 30, but at some point you get tired of living knowing you aren't who you're supposed to be. So you do something about it, or you live with it until you can't live anymore. Next day I went to my dad's auto body to visit him since I haven't seen him in a while. Squeaky clean.
And that's where I was. I haven't put it wax yet.
But yeah, so for this film, I was thinking doing kind of like a documentary style. So I'm just like filming what I've been doing these past few days.
I should hide this mess. I put a new anchor.
Yeah. Because the other one was like all rusted, right?
Yeah, and I figured out why it was so hard to. Because the rail, the round thing was stuck. So that being hard didn't help putting the anchor.
Yeah. So did you have to replace it? Or did you just modify it?
Well, I wasn't going to pay $500 for that. So I fixed it to the best of my abilities. So it rolls free, but the anchor, the rope, and the chain is new.
I remember as a little kid, I told my father that I wanted to be a mechanic too when I grew up. Like sometimes chocolate or carrot cake. Y a veces me manda foto. I recently quit my job and I was talking to an ex-coworker who was also transmasculine.
Also, I had to write a statement today because do you know the big tall black man that comes in? He asked for sugars and then when I turned around he said to my face, "Oh, you're a woman."
Yikes.
Yet so I had to write a formal statement. So, you know.
Like an incident report?
Probably.
Did you say something?
I said something to Rachel, but the dude damn near backed me against the wall.
I'm sick of that place.
Honestly, I need the money so bad.
Anyway, message me anytime in regards to work or trans stuff.
Epic style, thank you LMAO.
Been in the game a minute for both.
Honestly, that how it be sometime. I'm trying to get the ball rolling for T so I can go to college under the pretense of potentially stealth. Somehow being trans is simultaneously freeing and imprisoning at the same time, you know.
And I video called my little sister, who's 10 now. Do you remember when we would go to Pride in the Park? And see like drag shows? How do you remember feeling about that?
I would be really happy because the drags really inspired me.
Like, what would you say that you like the most?
I think probably the shows.
Yeah, they were really cool. Like, when they would like
Definitely.
drop down to the ground. They were really like dramatic and funny.
Very dramatic.
So, you kind of told me that you like girls. Do you want to kind of talk about that too for the interview or no? We don't have to.
You can ask me some questions and I can answer them about that.
You can just like tell me how you feel. You like
First,
Yeah.
At first I felt weird because I felt uncomfortable and that it wasn't normal. But then when I told Mom, she told me that it was okay, that she was gonna be there for me, and that there was nothing to be ashamed of for thinking that.
Yeah, Mom is always really supportive.
Yeah.
And you're lucky because you were like younger than me, so Mom is even more supportive now after having had me.
Yeah. And Jorge also, I also told him.
Oh, how did he react?
He was actually, Mom told him, but like she talked to him, and then I went and he said that it was okay, that he was also gonna be very supportive for everything. So he also supports me.
Really? That didn't take any time? That's really
No.
nice.
I think he went on vacation to Cusco.
Oh
for
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Yeah, and when he came back a couple of days later, that's when we told him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really glad that he also supports me.
That is really good. I'm really glad that, you know, we live in a time where it's really more like accepted, because I feel like when I came out, like Mom was more accepting of me, but my dad wasn't really. He didn't really like understand, but it took him like a while to come around. But he totally gets it now, kind of. Like I feel like we're on a mutual understanding now. But yeah, I'm really happy for you, Liam.